One of the 2x4s I need is buried in the snow. Let's kick at it. Hopefully it'll come out soon. Might have to let that one dry off for a bit. Let's do a little recap before I start today's work, because I believe I did not do a decap last night. I've got these walls in. I got this little tiny wall. I got an issue here. See how curved this 2x4 is I used. So it kind of sticks out over here. So the drywall I'm going to end up putting out here won't fit. Like a little lip here. So rather than take this 2x4 out and waste it and throw it in the fire pit, I'm going to get my planer out and plane that. Some other things I gotta do. I need to build a little pony wall in there in order to lay some drywall up there. So that'll be a little interesting piece. It'll be on an angle. Another thing I need to figure out is what I'm gonna do with this space. I'm thinking of just drywalling it, but I gotta deal with all this PEX hanging down. I want to tuck that up in the ceiling, so I gotta make a PEX list. And this wall here needs to be made. I've been trying to use the recycled 2x4s I have, and I only have 2 left and the ends are wet, so I have to wait a little bit to get this in, because I can't really mount those 2x4s if they're wet. I also have to deal with that cable box, so it means cutting some of this black tile down. And the door here, the furnace room, is going to swing in and it's going to hit this piece of ductwork, so I'm going to have to take that off and remount it, tuck it in a little deeper. Same with that piece. I'm going to actually mount it up in the duct it's actually in, but 90 degrees I guess. And I'm going to make that vent higher up in the ceiling, so I can drywall way up there rather than using 8 inches of headspace. And I think I was going to mention something else here. Oh yeah. And then for this room, I'm going to put a hole in that vent and just let it dump down in here. The most difficult thing I have left to do is probably mounting this plug-in into this wall over here. This is going to be where my art studio bench is going to be, so I need power over here. So I'm going to put like a big 4-way plug in this wall. But it's going to have to be a CGI one, I think, because I haven't wanted to put a little sink right here. And then to do that, I'm going to use that jerry can. I seen it in a tiny home once and it looked really rad. And I don't have a sink and I don't really want anything too big. I just want water access when I'm doing my paintings. So I think that'll be a really good spot. And then this is where I'm gonna do all the big paintings, I think, on this, against this wall. Today's mission is to build this strange wall I have planned here. And in order to do so, I need to use a skill saw, because soon I'm losing my skill saw it's going back to its original owner. So I'm gonna have to buy one of those one of these days, because I really use it a lot in the summer. I also need to fill these walls in with its 2x4s, and I really want to get this last wall built here. It's gonna take some messing around, but we'll get her done, I think. Oh man. Okay, here we have the half arch, I'm gonna call it, up and down. I grabbed like the awesomest looking boards I had. And remember, this is all the lumber I pulled out of the walls from this basement in the first place. So I'm reusing all the 2x4s. Got this doorway in. Remember those two boards I pulled out of the snow? These are them here. I had to use them because they were the only ones I had long enough. Everything else was short because the walls were only built that high. And I was going another, looks like at least 12 inches cinder block, right? And now lastly, before we do any drywalling, I gotta put some little pieces of wood up there so I can connect drywall to it. This is the furnace room, so it won't be on this side, but on the other side, which will be a bedroom one day, I'll need it. There's another spot for a little wall, I guess you would call it. And then in the next episode, I'll tear all this heating duct down, put a hole up on that duct, take care of all the PEX and the electrical. So it'll be a pretty full episode as well. And before it's all said and done, I'll have to get this door frame put in. That electrical is an issue that hopefully will rectify itself in this before I have to tear it all apart. I'll have to get a little creative in there for the drywall. A couple little baby studs. Right on. We got all the doors locked in. Tight. Pretty glad. They worked out pretty well. You get the gaps on them. That one didn't turn out so well, but everything got a little weird. It'll look fantastic in the end. Pretty stoked. All we have left to do is some drywall. We'll have to take a little bit of a break. Have a couple other things planned out right now. But I'm very happy with where we're at. And yeah, hopefully we get the drywall done the next day. Actually, sorry, we're not going to get the drywall done. I have to deal with all the electrical now. The electrical and water lines. Wish me luck.
What's this say? Bars must close. COVID-19. COVID-19? All bars must close. What the hell? I can't drink because of this COVID guy? I'll just have the boys over. This COVID guy is no big deal. His last name is 19 anyway. You know, if I met this guy, I'd tell him where he could shove.